Hello, everyone, and welcome to our professional conversation in support of Lydell, Georgia, which is near, I believe, Rome, Georgia, on the west side of Georgia. We've never been there. We've been to Columbus, Georgia, as a family member was a Army Ranger. Other than that, I have not been on that side of Georgia. The communism they are there to guard against is for their most part no more than an interpretation of intent. Your interpretation of my content is the concern. Most people live in a bubble of a community that they don't understand that there's more light. And I like this. I like the fact that you live in a bubble and you live in your happy little land of, or what you used to live in a happy little bubble. And then you voted for people and entrusted those people into protecting you, and you stayed in your little bubble. And a lot of people never travel. They just kind of live their life, and then it all ends when you die. However, when the internet opened up the pathways of these behaviors of the youth, it destroyed our ability to live in peace, and it slowly grew to an infection. And what people who still don't live on the internet or even casually use the internet is you don't really understand how the people of the internet are trying to take over the minds of the masses and take out. See, the Bible Belt is where I live. And you don't watch MTV Awards when you don't even know what it means when I say scissors. And you don't really want to know. It's perverted. It's very perverted. It's gross and it's disgusting, and it's the way Taylor Swift dances. It's her attitude. It's the attitudes of these people. It's the LA attitudes. It's the New York attitudes. That is what we're fighting. It's the influencer attitude, and it's the Democrat attitude, and it's the fake news media attitudes. It's plain and simple disrespect in a form of communism so that a small group of individuals can control the way we think and feel and believe. So this is about you and your selfishness, because you have to be selfish first. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to take care of your community first. But the people in California want to tell you that the way Kim Kardashian lives her life is the way that an American lives their lives. And that's not how we live our life. However, when you get people to think the way Kim Kardashian thinks, they don't think a whole lot. They think about shallow behavior, and you can pretty much dangle money in the face of Kamala Harris and Kim Kardashian, and they'll pretty much do anything for that money that you're waving in their face, including tell a small community outside of Atlanta, Georgia, or Rome, Georgia, that you should have low self-esteem because you're not pretty enough, or not successful enough, or that you should buy a specific product, or that you should believe in a specific idea, or you should go to church on Sunday, and what you used to think you were worshiping Jesus, you're now worshiping an entity that you can't see, that's actually not Jesus any longer. It's someone else pretending to be Jesus. That's the concern. That's the communism. How do they sell you on their doctrines? Is they tell you, that outfit looks great on you. That outfit looks so beautiful on you. And then they go back to the White House, and then they bulldoze a building down, and then they come back to you and they say, well, actually, you say first, you said you weren't going to bulldoze that building down. And that's a structure in this town that we've had for a long time. The brick is beautiful and the history behind it. Oh my gosh, I know. But when we got back to Washington, D.C., we thought that it would be best for the community if we tore that building down based on racial profiling. And then you just walk off. However, you feel gaslit. And now you're angry, and that spews into your family life because that's what the Democrats do. That's communism. This isn't a communication of two people who disagree. This is control over the way you feel and think. While we're watching provocative women brag about diamonds and bikinis in bikini tops while they tell us as they go to the White House what kind of laws need to be in place of the Revlon makeup that we buy over the counter so that she can build a makeup brand where she doesn't have to do any research or any work. She just has her fiance call somebody else and then plants her face on the makeup product. That's the Kamala Harris campaign. That's the democracy that's at risk. That's communism. There's layers of communism, which makes it even more complicated. There's the standard control, which is the form of what you see in like a movie, or what you would think of when you think of the eras of when they questioned Elvis Presley for communism. However, it's very, very complex and complicated to where your wife is brainwashed by a woman named Kamala Harris to say that she's working for women's rights, but that's the communism. She's not working for women's rights. She's working to get women to trust her so that she can abuse you as the men and get your women to act like vile criminals. Although your women will just say that it's girl power. But only specific to a certain group or type of woman, to where you won't be able to parent a child. You'll have to do it the way they tell you to do it. And it'll all be done in the form of cartoons, which we're already watching, in the form of movies, and in the form of music, which we're already watching the changes of the horrors of what movies and music of subliminal. And they don't even necessarily put the subliminals like the form of like a radio wave underneath a wave. It's in the air. It's in the satellites. It's extended out past our solar systems. And I'm the expert at bringing awareness to it. And I don't even know if what would you say? What am I protecting? I'm not sure if I'm protecting. I know one thing is that I've been violently attacked by Democrat liberals and people out of Hollywood and people out of the music industry and people who support influencers and influencers themselves like Mona Band. So I'm the American. I'm the anti-communist. I'm the human being. However, I have all these really special, not special, but like unique, I have these unique abilities that nobody else is able to do. They pretend they're able to do them. They even try to communism me by telling me that they understand and they're just like me. No, that's not just like me. That's the devil. That's the alien. That's made up. So I don't know why the government wouldn't want to speak to me on the conversations or the topics of what I'm speaking to. We're here globally now, apparently. Hungary, the leader of Hungary is here. Who, you do you. Korea, North Korea. When you want to have a leader who would be able to get along with some of the most challenging people, like the leader of Hungary, no offense, and Kim Jong-un, who adores me, he loves me, he thinks I'm great. You would want someone to get along with those people so that your best interest would be protected